court rules in Epic's favour in the battle against Apple, and here's what else is new in today's Tech World news. Apple has released the 6th developer beta of iOS 14, iPadOS 14, tvOS 14 and watchOS 7, and those updates are available via an over-the-air update. And if you haven't installed the profile yet, then we do have a link on geekscorner.co.uk. Now, normally Apple goes around about 5 betas. However, as they've already confirmed that they're not going to be having an iPhone launch until at least October time, then Apple actually may be issuing more beta updates so they can have a smoother sailing. So we might not get a 14.0.1 update anytime soon to fix the bugs if Apple plan on running these betas for longer. We've all heard about the ongoing row between Apple and Epic Games. Well, now a judge has actually ruled in Epic Games' favour on the first round. Apple had gone to Epic Games and said that they were going to remove access to update their Unreal Engine, and that wouldn't have just an effect on Epic Games, it would also have an effect on third-party developers as well. And so Epic Games went to a court and asked for an injunction to be put against Apple to stop them pulling this access whilst they fought Apple with regards to the 30% stake. Now, a judge has actually said that Apple cannot stop them from accessing and updating the Unreal Engine, so third-party developers are okay at the moment. Now, we actually did a poll on both Twitter and Facebook to see what people thought, and surprisingly it was quite split between about 60% in favour of Apple and 40% with Epic Games. Now, I do have to note that I'm not a gamer, but I can see Apple's stance here. 30% is the fee that Epic has actually agreed to, and if you were in a mall or a shopping centre and you wanted to sell your products, you couldn't then go to the building owner and say, I'm not going to pay you rent whilst I sell my stuff here. That simply wouldn't stand. So that 30% is Apple's rent charge, if you will. But I do also see Epic's side where they say that Apple does cut deals with places like Amazon and things like that. But at the end of the day, that's up to Apple whether or not they want to choose to take that 30% and lower it for their benefit or not, to see what Epic Games brings them. So it's going to go on for quite some time, but that's the first round in Epic's favour at the moment. But I don't think going forward this is going to be as plain sailing for Epic Games as it has been so far. Today's episode is sponsored by Private Internet Access. Now, we all like to surf online whether we're at home or out and about, and Private Internet Access keeps you safe and secure and lets you surf safely on public Wi-Fi's or on cellular connection without compromising your information and your data. Private Internet Access users can browse in the knowledge that their information isn't being snooped on and sold to third-party data places, and you can actually get some fantastic deals. So just head to geekscorner.co.uk/VPN to get some of the best deals today. Thanks Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's episode. For all you Waze fans, Google has now issued an update to the iOS application that now allows users to use the Google Assistant. Android users have been able to use Google Assistant natively for quite some time, where they just say "Hey Google" commands, and they're able to get information about their trip, including locations and navigation, and speed traps and hazards. Now, at the moment on iOS, it is only limited to navigation and reporting features instead of triggering the full assistance, but it is a start. Now, I know some people just want to use Siri at all times, but Siri is very, very, very limited, and I personally use Google Assistant quite a lot. So to see that that integration is starting to build into ways could be good news for a lot of users. Personally, I use Google Maps, as I found ways to be a battery hog, and Apple Maps here in the UK kind of basically sucks at the moment. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next episode.